Good evening, I'm Jeff Lyons. This is the 14First Alert Weather Show at 9 o'clock here on Monday, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. We have some rain, some thunderstorms headed our way, and then cooler temperatures to finish out the week. Some of you have been concerned about severe weather. I don't think that's going to be a huge threat. But we're going to look at things here in just a minute, and I'll answer any questions that you have. Toward the middle here, just comment in on the 14 News Facebook page. I left my camera on the Twin Bridges. We had a big backup there earlier. That's all resolved, so pay no attention to those bridges back there. Well, I guess do pay attention to them. We have showers and thunderstorms moving in. In fact, we have a pretty strong thunderstorm way up in Clay County. I'll show you in a moment. And then rainy with a few storms possible on Wednesday. Some decent rainfall, maybe an inch or more across the tri-state. And then we clear out and cool down Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Our temperatures now are still on the balmy side, lower 70s out there. And we had some major wind today. That's actually the wind forecast graphic, but the wind itself gusted to 39 at Evansville Regional Airport, so some pretty stout gusts out there. We have one severe thunderstorm warning just off to our north here in Clay County. That's actually north of Flora, out of our coverage area here. They're actually served by Terre Haute, but I wanted to mention that because most of the activity tonight is going to stay well to our north and basically bypasses there across the northern tier of counties and over toward Knox County there in Vincennes. The top edge of it would be closer to Oaktown and Bicknell. And then later in the evening, we have a better line of showers and storms. That'll be coming in toward sunrise tomorrow morning. We will have off and on periods of rain throughout the day. The Storm Prediction Center has kept the greatest risk for severe just to our northwest. And of course, Clay County is in that marginal risk zone there, category 1. Little hail possible with that storm. So here's how our models play it out. That little batch moves out, and then we get into Tuesday morning. I think we will be mainly dry for the morning commute. However, by lunchtime and shortly after, we have thunderstorms rolling in. This is 9:30. Those will be ongoing at lunch and moving to the east. And then more rain piles in here during the afternoon and into the evening. And during that time is our best opportunity for seeing or hearing some thunder, seeing some thunderstorms out there. Keep in mind, our temperatures are going to stay in the low 60s once the rain begins. So not a lot of energy in the atmosphere, and I think the rain will pretty well stabilize everything. Our model still stalwart here with about an inch of rain across the tri-state. And then we cool down, as I said, 61 there on Wednesday, 63 Thursday, and then the temperature starts to go back up into the middle 70s by the weekend. Right now we have 71 out there. We've had winds out of the southwest at 11, gusting up to 30. And our lows this morning were only in the middle 50s because of that south wind, and that's what helped us get up to 80 this afternoon, which is 10 degrees warmer than we had yesterday, and actually a few degrees warmer than the average. So we're kind of making up for that really chilly and drippy weekend that we had. Our high temperature was actually 6 degrees warmer than average. For the month now, that's our first 80-degree day here on May the 4th. And so far, no additional rainfall. We hope to have some green days in there with measurable rain over the next couple of days. We need it, as you know, and for the year even, we're about 5.5 inches behind the curve there on where we should be. The main driver for the weather tonight will be a cold front. You can see the showers and storms kind of arching out ahead of it. And as that dives down into the heartland here, into the Midwest, our greatest threat for severe weather will stay down here in Arkansas. So away from the tri-state, we are only outlooked for general thunderstorms from the Storm Prediction Center. Timeline shows that front right at the Ohio River by about 8:30. The showers and storms then will kind of crowd in just behind that front and continue through the morning and into the afternoon. And after that, there's not a lot of moisture left in the cupboard, so we are back to dry and cooler conditions too. Through the weekend, we have another shot at rain late Friday night, and then again on on Sunday, Mother's Day, especially in the afternoon and evening. Some thunderstorms possible in that go-around, and then we dry out early next week. Rainfall on the GFS model, in addition to our forecast inch tomorrow, showing maybe another half-inch of rain with those additional storms coming over the weekend. The European model is similar in its solution. It brings in rain late Friday night, early Saturday morning, clears us out for Saturday, and then brings that second wave in on Saturday afternoon and evening. And behind that then we have dry and cooler conditions. And the European also tacking on some additional rainfall there over the weekend of about another half an inch to 3/4 of an inch. So if we get all the rain that's been promised by our models by this time next week, we'll be in a lot better position for the growing season here across the tri-state. 59 tonight. Highs tomorrow climb to 64 with rain continuing during the day. And over the next 7 days, temperatures are going to stay right around 70 to 75 degrees over the weekend, and that will carry into next week. Although overall the outlook is for cooler than normal weather through the middle of the month, and a little bit wetter than normal too, as you saw those showers there on the models. Dakota Doherty sent this great pet pic tonight. This cat's name is Follow, and Follow is checking out all the action outside there. Nosy cat, a Gladys Kravitz cat. All right, let's see if we have questions and comments here, and I'll get to those. There we are. And we have Teresa Harold is on there this evening. Hope we don't have any more rain. Well, Teresa, we need the rain, and we're going to get the rain. So here it comes. Jared Verwain, good evening. Cheyenne Hammonds, good evening. Jeff Miller, think I need a few days vacation. Hey, I agree. Tell somebody, would you? Say you're sick of seeing me. I'm actually going to be off at the end of the week, so you won't have me to kick around on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've got everybody kind of piled on here taking time off, and that's fine. Byron had a wedding. Arden had a family reunion. I mean, what am I going to say? No. So, and Michael's home with his family. So the good thing is I live pretty close to the station. I can kind of come over here in my pajamas if I need to. I don't want to, but I can if I need to. Drew Rapp has a track meet tomorrow night. That might get rained out or it'll be wet. Zach Seats, hope we get more rain. Yeah, most people are wanting more rain. That is seems to be the consensus out there. All right, in lieu of Science Corner, since it is Monday, I thought we'd go out and about. This is a fun one to do. I visited Hope Hill Family Farm in Hobstadt, Gibson County. It seems like all my stories come out of Gibson County. That's not intentional. It just so happens all the, I know there's cool stuff over the whole tri-state, and I'm hearing about things. But this one I couldn't resist, a goat farm. So you're gonna meet Amy Palmer. She runs the farm, she and her family and her husband. And in addition to getting goat's milk, they make goat milk soap. Got it? All right, well, here we go. And I'm going to see if I can play this out. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Bear with me. Here we go. I'm Jeff Lyons, out and about today at Hope Hill Farm in Hobstadt, Indiana with Amy Palmer. How are you doing, Amy?
I'm good, thank you.
What kind of farm do you have going here? This is a little different from just your corn and beans kind of operation, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We are just a small farm here in Hobstadt, Indiana. We have about 13 acres here, and we have Nigerian dwarf dairy goats. And so we raise and breed Nigerian dwarfs for their milk. And my kids also show them in 4-H, and we do some shows just around the area, some open shows. The Nigerian dwarfs is the only dwarf breed, and they are small. So as you can see, adult doe probably weighs between 60 and 70 pounds maybe, and they're easy to handle. They're very friendly. I tell people a lot of times they're kind of like dogs, only they have hooves, so they can live out in the barn. They are just really friendly, and they're very curious, so they love human interaction, and they have delicious milk. We have 8 children, so everybody pitches in around here. Some people feed the chickens, some kids feed the dogs, some kids help feed and water the goats. So we all work together to make this happen.
I like how we've been able to grow as a family together and just have a project to do and something fun to have, and it's taught us a lot of things as responsibility. That every single day you have to keep up with your chores, no matter if it's rainy or absolutely freezing. You just got to do it, and even when you don't want to.
So it's a constant working of cleaning the barns and making sure they have plenty of hay and feeding them so that they can produce the most amount of milk that they can and keeping them healthy.
It's funny you mentioned keeping clean because you make soap too, right?
That's
kind of your
true.
big thing here. So talk
So,
about the soap side of the business.
A friend of mine and I started doing that. This is the particular soap that we're making right now. It is called Sweet Cream. It has a really sweet, almost like a newborn baby smell.
I like making new scents and new colors and trying new things.
So essentially what soap is it is taking a fat. So this is the goat's milk. And then I pour it actually into ice cube trays and then we freeze it. That way we have very small amounts that are easy to handle that we can add to our solution. We measure everything to the 1/10 of an ounce because we want to make sure that all our ratios are correct. Mixing them with a lye and liquid solution, in our case mostly goat's milk and lye, and that makes soap.
We try to just hand mix a little bit until it's kind of blended, and then that's when we add all the scents and colors and stuff.
So this particular one is a lot of layering. So we're white and then blue, white, blue. And then we will put down into the soap, drag it along the bottom and pull it up. And it makes that really pretty design that looks almost like leaves on the inside.
How long does it take from beginning to end?
So they have to sit on the curing racks for a month. So start to finish, technically it's a month. We sell through our website, so it does go anywhere, and we've shipped to almost every state in the continental U.S.
Do you have a website if people want to learn more?
Yes, we do. It is www.hopehillfamilyfarm.com.
Okay, thanks for having us out. With Amy Palmer, I'm Jeff Lyons at Hope Hill Farm in Hobstadt, out and about. All right, who knew soap was made that way? I mean, I knew how it was made kind of in a general sense, but to see those two ladies actually making it there with love in their kitchen with all their ingredients and everything, it was a lot of fun and very dedicated and a great family up there, 8 kids, and she homeschools them too, so she's got her hands full in addition to the goats out there too. She was actually a veterinarian for farm animals. I think there's a name for that. When you handle the bigger animals. I can't remember what it is right now. So thanks for having me up. If you're watching, I don't know if the Palmers are watching. They're probably milking the goats right now or stirring the soap. Anyway, that's all I have for you tonight. 14 News at 10. We'll check out those storms that are headed toward the tri-state for tomorrow. And I'll also have an update for just how much cooler it's going to get by the end of the week. In the meantime, I think that's all I have for you this evening here. So please stay safe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on 14 News at 10.